It's really shaken up 30 years of gender equality gains, and it's sort of entrenched what were pre-existing inequalities. So certainly going into the pandemic, the women and marginalized women in particular were behind the eight ball. They faced greater challenges. What the pandemic has done has, in a sense, deepened those cleavages and made those barriers larger.
As the world celebrates women's rights, a new report from the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives is highlighting how Canadian women have been left behind during the COVID recession. The federal government says it's planning for a woman-centered recovery, but women who have lost their jobs during the pandemic say it needs to be more than promises of childcare.
You do realize, not every female in this world is a mother. Some don't want to be mothers, some can't be mothers. Like, yes, childcare is important. I won't. But me being a younger woman, right? Like, you have a whole the millennials, and then those who are just getting out of university and stuff like that. It's highly unlikely we have children.
Jessica Tree was let go during the pandemic and says COVID has hit younger women especially hard. That's backed up by data. In January, Stats Canada reported that women 15 to 24 were furthest away from pre-pandemic employment levels and led all part-time job losses. Tree says younger women are often in precarious work, and a paid sick leave program would help take pressure off those in the gig economy.
There was sort of this moral dilemma of I was facing, looking for a job, disclosing or not disclosing the fact that I was expecting, and then also hearing that COVID was approaching on the horizon.
The struggle is also felt by women who are more settled in their lives. Kate Teves lost her HR job last year for non-COVID reasons shortly after learning she was pregnant. Since then, she started her own resume writing business and says her clients have anxieties about asking for time to care for children forced to stay home from school. Teves says employers need to be more flexible and keep that mentality even post-pandemic.
A lot of them have been asking me of advice on how to broach the conversation with a potential employer about flexible hours and flexible work time, and so on. And luckily, we have, I think, through COVID, as employers discovered that is an absolute must.
Now, the CCPA report is available online and emphasizes one more gross inequity. It's women from racialized backgrounds who are facing the highest unemployment levels during this pandemic. In Ottawa, Xiaoli Li, City News.